Welcome back for episode 4. Of course, we always start off with our patron of the week. We have Miss Kia. She is on the boss tier. She is up there. That's the top tier for patron. Miss Kia loves to travel. She loves her family. She all about her business and making her coins. And we want to thank you for joining the Patreon team and joining it as a top boss. I mean, girl, we got to give you all the love.
And I want to give you a special shout out for my mug. Somebody in Baltimore loves me.
Had to keep chasing our dreams. This week the question is from Drea, and her question is, how important is confidence?
That's a great one.
How important is confidence?
Confidence is a big deal. Confidence says a lot about yourself. Actually, it shows who you are as a person, and to me, I got all the confidence in the world.
So did you have confidence when you were young, or is that something you built?
So that's an interesting subject, because I did have confidence when I was young, but I can't quite say where it came from. It was always in me.
Well, I'm the complete opposite, because I designed myself to have confidence.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I was not a very confident child, meaning I cared a lot about what people in my surroundings thought.
Oh, yeah.
So because I cared what they thought, that made me second guess myself. And so confidence was not something that I naturally had inside of me. I did have a knowing inside of me. Like, I knew who I was. Yeah. And so, but I wasn't confident to show that to the outside. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I knew I was freaking amazing. I knew I was awesome. So I didn't have low self-esteem. I think people mix those two up. Yeah. They feel like if you don't have confidence, you may have low self-esteem. And they're two totally different things, because I've always had self-esteem. I've always loved self, knew who self was, and was okay with that knowing. But I was not always confident in showing self to others. Now, as you say, you've always had that. I think that's amazing. But I do know you were quiet.
Oh, yeah.
So why were you so quiet if you were so confident? Like, why were you, what was all those thoughts roaming around in your mind? Because I don't trust quiet people.
Yeah, that's actually a good question, right? Mm-hmm. Because I caught a lot of slack for being quiet. But in my mind, I knew what I was doing while I was quiet, right? I'm looking.
What were you doing in that mind?
I'm sitting back, observing everything around me, right? Everything and everyone around me. So what I'm doing is I'm peeping how this person may move or how this person handled this. And I said, in my mind, I don't want to handle it like that. If I'm ever in that position, I don't want to handle it like this. I would handle it like this. So I'm building my self-character, just by looking at people saying I would do what they did in that situation, or I wouldn't do what they did. I was learning a lot though, for myself. Yeah. Just by being quiet, and I'm still that way to this day. If I'm in a room full of people, I'd be the last one to talk. Yeah. I'd be the last one to speak.
See, you were building your moments up in your mind. We just discovered that. Yeah. But I think it has to be a moment of learning something about yourself. And once you evolve, there's no going back from that. It's for an example, if you're building a house, right? You've never built a house before. You start laying brick by brick. You have no confidence in building a house. Yeah. If I told you right now, Jolly, here's some land, go build a house on it. You're going to try because you believe in yourself. That's why it goes back to belief. You have to believe in yourself, right? So that's going to make you try. But you're not confident in building a house. You don't know how to build a house. But as you start laying brick and watch a few YouTube videos, go to a few seminars about how to build the foundation, now you have this house. You're confident about building houses now. Yeah. Now you're going to tell other people, I build your house, I build your house. You know what I mean? So it has to be a moment. It could even be a moment with you being teased. And like, as you said, or a flaw that you have. And then you overcome that flaw. You say, you know what? This is something that's not so hot about me. but I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna show it. Like I was part of. I got a little bit of boobs now, but I used to be part of the little itty bitty committee. Okay, I was part of the committee. I had a little bit more than a nipple, but I ain't have a lot going on, right? And so I was like I said, never had low self-esteem. But sometimes guys would, like, oh yeah, you part of the little itty bitty committee, right? Yeah. And what I do? It took those moments to be like, I would look at other people who had small boobs and be like, oh, Nia Long ain't got no titties, and she's the most desirable woman. I would look at Jada Pinkett. Oh, Jada Pinkett ain't got no titties, and she was the most desirable. I would literally look out for outside influences, and I would build the confidence to wear shirts that actually show a little bit of cleavage, even though I didn't have any, right? And so those were all little moments put together, built confidence. To walk in the room with the size breasts I have, to walk in the room with my slim shape, to, you know what I mean? It was building me slowly. And I think to just change from no confidence to confidence is very possible too. How do you think something like that can happen? Like, you haven't been building it, but you just want to wake up tomorrow and you want to be confident.
I'm confident in a lot of ways because I know what I can give to others. And my confidence lies in the fact that if you meet me, you're going to get something out of me, and you're going to be able to take something from me that'll better you.
So is that the advice that you would give someone who have no confidence right now?
Yeah, know what you're good at and build off what you're good at, stand firm on that, and give that to people that come across, your existence.
What about if they're good at something? Like, let's say they are a singer, for example. Let's say they're good at singing, but they're not confident in singing in front of a room. So they have that goodness in them that they can affect people that come in their experience, but they're not confident to actually blow.
So with that, I would say, first you got to face your fear, because that's a fear. Mm-hmm. And then fear ties right into why confidence wavers a lot, right? So I think you got to just tackle that fear, maybe practice in front of a couple family members that people that know that you can sing, and gradually bring in maybe 2 or 3 of their friends. And then that'll build up some confidence to be able to sing to people that you don't know, strangers. Because it is a such thing as stage fright. And that's big for, I think, everyone who never spoke in front of a lot of people the first go around, right? Because you want to think that everyone would love you and accept you. But there's no way to know that wholeheartedly until you actually do it. So getting over that fear is just standing on the fact that you can actually sing. Yeah. So you can't waver from the fact that you can actually sing, because that's facts. You can sing. You really can blow. You'll blow the house down. Yeah. Now get out there on the stage
and blow that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Drea asks, how important is it? And I would say it's one of the most important things as far as character building that we can have. I personally think confidence is so freaking sexy.
Oh yeah.
There is nothing like someone walking in the room, owning the room, having on what they have on, and they don't have to be your type. They don't have to be what you typically like. I love to see a big boned female, and she walks and she is feeling herself, and someone might say that outfit's inappropriate, or she should have on more clothes because she's thicker. And she walks in there with her makeup and her outfit. She is so sexy to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing for a guy that comes in the room and he owns the room. You literally can go to a lounge or, a place where there's a lot of people mingling, socializing, and you can look in the room and see who's confident. You know, you can sit there at the bar and watch as people walk in, and you can see the confidence on them. And it's crazy, but confidence demands the room. I'm sorry, it's so sexy, and that's how important it is. It's important for your mental, and you don't even have to be the best looking person. I remember, girls in school who wasn't the prettiest girls, but they had confidence. They walked around like this, and all the boys chased behind them because they had that I believe in me, so you believe in me. Yeah. Because if you put that out there, it's like that's returned to you.
Yeah, confidence is dominant. And I was tripping because when you said a guy walking around, it automatically took me back to a time that me and my brother was talking about. my brother Greg, he was like, man, one time he was dealing with this chick, right?
Yeah.
And then he went over. She wanted to introduce him to the family, so he was a little nervous to go. Like, she got a couple brothers, couple cousins, uncles, and stuff like that, and they regular guys, regular dudes. You know what I mean? So he was like, damn. So his confidence wavered in meeting them because he didn't know whether or not he held up to the standard that they had in their family of, a strong male.
Yeah.
So he said he went over there, he got fresh, went to the mall, got fresh. He had to get fresh because he got to go over there, right? He said he popped his collar, drunk some of his confident juice, jumped out the car. So he said first he tucked his tail a little bit because he was a little nervous about going in there, and that's regular, I guess. You get them little butterflies when you're meeting somebody that you want to impress. Yeah. Right? So he wanted to impress her family because he really liked this girl. So he said he'd go in there. And he'd do the little room check. When you first walk in the door, you gotta let your eyes wander around the whole room to see who's in there, right? See what's the competition. What's going on? And a lot of guys do that, right? Because I do that myself. Like, look around and prejudge the situation based off of everybody's appearance and how everybody's sitting. Because you can, like you said, you could tell if a person confident by the way they sit, their demeanor, everything, right? So he said he did the little eye wander test. He looked around the room, and then he was like, "Oh shit, the slickest nigga in this motherfucker." I'm tripping about that.
This me.
I'm G. You know what I mean? I'm in here. Yeah. So he said, based off how he was dressed, it was crazy because this how it really actually be. Based off how he was dressed, he fresh, got his jewelry.
Well, I know this. When you dress right, you feel good.
You feel good. Do something to your self-esteem. You feel good.
It does something to you.
When you put on that outfit that you look in the mirror and say, this it. That's it.
It
does something to your self-esteem every time, right? So he went in there and he was like, damn, I'm the man, but his self-esteem went from 0 to 100 real quick based off that. That's just overcoming your fear. That's what overcoming your fear could do. It could put you in a place of being on top real fast because you know where you stand.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's moments that change your confidence over time. Like, over time, you go over this obstacle, you face that fear, and now you're a little bit more confident in that area. You meet the parents and now you're more confident in that area. Yeah. So it's like over time you build confidence. But here's the problem, and here's where most people who don't have no confidence, they're afraid to open their mouth, they're real timid in public situations. Yeah. They're not overcoming the fears. They're not facing the fears. But this is what they do. The same example you gave of Greg, they will cancel. Babe, I ain't feeling too good. That's that moment.
Or find a chair across the room and just sit in that chair the whole night.
Yeah, sit in that chair, don't talk to anyone. Yeah. And so, be quiet maybe. Yeah, be quiet. Be quiet and just sit there and hope no one says anything to them.
Play that card.
So you got people that don't build the confidence because they don't face the fear.
Yeah.
To me, if nothing else, you can get finding your true self. Being who you really are. Yeah, will bring confidence every time because the only thing that's
the most important thing of anything. Yeah, being exactly who you are, because a lot of times when we're in the house by ourselves, we might be in the mirror do a little stupid dance, but you will never do that dance in public or in front of somebody. Yeah, right. But that's your true self. That's your true happiness. It felt good to dance in front of that mirror, right? Yes. And a lot of people shy away from being their true self when a certain individual or people's come around, or people get thrown in the equation. But I would say, like you just said, you have to stay grounded in who you are as a person. You know you more than or better than anybody that exists on this planet. Yeah. Outside of the higher power. Yeah. You know you more than anybody. So be you, and whoever likes you will come around and draw off your energy.
And here's the thing, when you're not being you, you don't want those people around you anyway.
Anyway. They vibe killers.
They are the enemy. They are against you. So whenever you're not being who you are, you're picking up this alternate person or this you picking up, I think they were like this, I think they were like that. You're not giving them the real you.
Yeah.
And you're attracting people that's not really who you want in your circle anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why for me, I just have to be myself. And that came with confidence. But I can tell you right now, I am so confident. Yeah. I walk in any room proud, bold. I'm so confident in being black. You know how many white people we hang around? Yeah. We be around a lot of white people. And I be like, I walk in there like I am freaking Holly Berry. Yeah. I am like, and guess what they do? What do they do every time? I won't even say it. What do they? They listen. They flock to me like, but it's just the confidence.
Like, who are you?
It's the confidence. I'm me. That's who I am. That's who I am. Every time. Who are you?
Every
I'm
time
me.
we go out, they be like, well, who are you?
Who are you? What do you do?
Then tell me some more. As soon as you start talking to them, they be like, tell me some more. So what should I do in this? And then I'll be like, here you go. She done turned into not Steve Wilco. What's his name? Dr. Phil. She done turned into Dr. Phil on him.
Yes. But people want to hear, when you have confidence, people want to hear what you have to say. Yeah. People want to be around you. They take in what you say more, I don't want to say more literal, but they take in what you have to give.
Yeah,
because you know why?
Because you hear it and they want to build.
Because you're comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
And people can see that. And when you're not comfortable with who you are, people can see that as well.
Yeah.
So
how would you go about explaining to a person to be them? Because it's so simple to say it, right? But it's hard to really act it out in every situation. Because there's a lot of people that can't be them in a situation because they feel like they gotta adjust and be like a chameleon, fit that situation. So what's that fine line of staying grounded in who you are?
First of all, do you know who you are? Because if you've been faking for so long, the first step is know who you are. How do you get to know yourself? Okay, you're with yourself all day long, so you will assume one knows themselves.
Right.
That is not true. You don't have to think about being you. That's the point. It's not even a thought. You don't even have to think about being you. It's natural. But when you talking real loud at a get together, you like, yeah, girl. And then you be like, damn, I was just loud as hell.
Yeah, wow.
Let me be more quiet. Then you bring yourself down. Well, you didn't just be you.
Yeah.
But at first you was confident in the way you was talking. You was having a good old time, but you was loud. Okay.
Now, you was
being your regular self.
You think that's why confidence isn't built because we so focused on pleasing outside entities?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that's...
Because someone would say a girl that's on Instagram with her boobs out, or, she's on Instagram half naked. I saw on Instagram the other day, a whole vagina was out. Like a whole vagina was just, boom, out there, shaved and everything. I was like, oh, okay. Someone would say she's confident. She did that. She actually put that out there for the world to see. That girl got confidence. Actually, that would be in the category of low self-esteem. Because now you are starving for attention. That's why I said low self-esteem and confidence get mixed up all the time. Because the girl that's doing that for views or for likes, she doesn't feel good about herself. She wanting the world to validate her. Yeah, she wants the world to validate her. So that's not confidence.
So they don't see me when I put my picture up because I get 3 likes.
I get 3 likes. Let me put a boob out there, or let me put this in the camera.
Likes,
now I'm getting shared. Now she actually went viral, and people was under there like, oh my God, she have confidence in this, and I'm like, that's not confidence. Yeah. Confidence is knowing you got that underneath the clothes and walking in a room with some, dignity.
Yeah.
That's more in the line of self-esteem because you're looking for other people to validate you.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Attention, yeah.
It's not the same.
I agree. Say, for instance, like you're in a relationship with somebody and, your confidence is where you stand at with things. But your confidence sometimes can be mistaken because they think that, like I said, you're a know-it-all. You know what I mean? And every time you voice your opinion, because you know exactly what you're talking about, but every time you voice your opinion, they take it and misconstrue it and say, well, shit, I can't tell you, Mr. Know-it-all, or Mr. Know-it-all. You think you know everything.
Yeah.
But how do you function?
Because I think it's confidence.
With that in a relationship.
I think it's confidence in knowing that you know. You don't always have to say it.
Yeah.
you don't have to always say it. Like, you confident in knowing that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
So how important is confidence to you in your relationship, like with your counterpart? And how detrimental is that? Having confidence or not having it?
For me personally, that's why I'm with your confidence ass. Because I'm going to need confidence. I'm going to need you.
But is it a deal breaker?
Oh, yeah. Because I don't need you putting your insecurities on me. See?
Ooh,
I don't need you putting your insecurities on me. And so now you're talking about trust and, you know, you're not confident in what we got. You're not confident in who you are. Ooh. You're not confident in our relationship. So I'm big on confidence. That's why
we here. It's detrimental.
That's why we here, baby. Because for me, it's definitely a deal breaker.
But some would say, why not help a person that you love build those insecurities?
I can't do that. that might have you beating on me. You know, so you might be so insecure you want to punch me in the face.
You never done that before? Like help someone you love try to build on this insecurity?
I have in relationships like with family and friends. They have specific insecurities that I've been like, yo, if you go do this, you know, you'll feel a little bit better about it. And once it's over, you'll be good. You know, I have pushed people, but to be in a whole relationship with someone that is not confident, for me, being the confident woman I've become, I understand that everybody is on their journey. And this is something that I'm glad you touched on that. Because everyone is on their journey. And it's okay if you're not where I'm at. But you're not for me.
So how would you support him? Let's say, for instance, he thought in his mind that he didn't know how to give oral sex. Right? Mm-hmm. How would you support him? And his confidence is at a minimum with that, right? Because he automatically feel like, well, I don't know how to do it, so I'm not going to do it. But this is something you love, right?
Yeah.
So would that be a deal breaker to you in a relationship? Or how would you support him in, you know, building his confidence in it?
Baby, I'm going to teach you every step of the way. I'm going to teach you every step. Mama got you. You hear me? You need confidence in that area. Listen, we will start lesson by lesson, week by week. We will get you there one step closer each time. That's a little hard. That's a little too soft. That's a little this. That's a little. I'm telling you, I'm going to get you there. So that's why.
But in that instance, you said you'll work with him, but you know, a majority of the people, and that's a great example.
That's a great example.
So, but majority of the people will say, well, I can't deal with a period because, you know, that's a major factor in a relationship with me. If you can't do that, like for example, on the male side of things, if a woman is not too good at that and she's chewing and biting and stuff like that, right? And it hurts every time. Like, that gotta be a deal breaker for me. That gotta be, but.
Okay, let me ask you, would that be a deal breaker for you?
It wouldn't.
If she was a chomper?
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't if I like her.
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah, it wouldn't if I like her because we just gonna stay away from that.
Ooh,
I could do without it.
Oh, really?
Right? I could do without. I don't want it.
For a whole relationship.
For a whole relationship. Yeah,
you would be willing to sacrifice that part of sex.
Keep your mouth to yourself for this relationship. Right? Cause it hurt. It hurt.
When you open up your mouth, it hurt.
It hurt.
Keep your mouth to yourself.
And they say a lot of times when you open up your mouth, it can hurt.
It can hurt.
It hurts. So we're gonna let you keep your mouth shut on this one.
On this one.
And we're gonna rock this thing out without that. But I would try to teach her though. In all truthfulness and all fairness, I would try to teach her that, you know. Or we'll do some classes or something, some online classes. We'll try to spice things up to get that confidence built so you can know exactly how to do it.
Because the first time she do it and get you where you need to be, her confidence is
going to go through the roof.
That's why you have to face your fears. Because the first time you get to that magical place you guys go to, where everything is released and there's butterflies and everything is like, oh. Once you get there and she got you there.
Oh, yeah.
She
that.
She
what
that.
You say? You that. Give me knock it down.
You know, you ain't telling her nothing. You know, you might get a little jealous and be like, damn, shorty might leave me. You know. So, but all in all, I think if you're already with someone, work with them with confidence.
Do you think confidence can be insecure to the point where in a relationship that it affects the relationship in a whole because the other person's just not willing to like trust the fact that you are something that they ain't?
Yes. I'll give you a prime example. Let's say a guy is short, for example.
Yeah.
Right? And now he got his girl, all his cousins in there. They all tall. She's joking with them. She's new to the family, you know. They say, oh, what's up, girl? Finally met you.
Yeah.
And she's joking with them. She's playing with them. The short guy doesn't have confidence, right? And so now when they leave the event with his family, she was just being cool, right? And they get in the car and he's like, fuck, you like them?
Yeah.
What, you like my cousin? You was all ha ha all in her face. Why?
He brought his insecurity.
He brought his insecurity because his lack of confidence and the fact that he's not so tall.
Yeah.
And so that was something a girl wouldn't even think about. Like, oh, he did that because they're tall. But that's what it was for. You brought your insecurity to a situation because you lack confidence about your height.
Damn,
and so if you felt like, yo, I'm short, and that's cool. Like, what's good about you being short? Do you got a big beep? Maybe you can tell yourself that every day. I'm short, but I'm swinging. Most of these tall niggas might don't even got what I got. Yeah. Whatever it is, like I said, every day you should be telling yourself, I'm that. There's so many girls that like short guys. Yeah. You know, so you judging yourself, you being insecure about something that's actually not a big deal. You're making it a big deal because you're insecure about it, but there's so many girls who don't even care about that.
Yeah.
You know?
When you look at a male and see, like, damn, he confidence. You see it in his demeanor. You see it in his swag. You see it in his walk. You see it in the way that he talks. You see this confidence within this person. What is that trait that you say, oh, I'm attracted to that? What is it?
For a guy, I think it's the dominance and knowing who he is. And that is sexy. And that is something that I want to be around that. You know,
it's contagious.
It's contagious, absolutely. And I feel like he's gonna know what he wants. He's gonna know what he's talking about. I can go far with him because he's confident in who he is and what he wants. And so that's another thing. There's some people who lack confidence and even knowing what they want out of life.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, though. One of the biggest things.
Yeah, like you don't even forget about your self-awareness, confidence. People aren't even confident in going after their dreams. Yeah. They're not even confident in, following the things that calls to them. They're not even that confident to do that. They'll make every excuse in the world. Oh, I got to pay my bills. I got to do this. I got to do that. But, no, you're insecure that you might not make it. Because if you believe, there go the word believe again. If you believe in yourself and you're confident in your skill, in your craft, in your gift. Yeah. Then you're going all the way. You're going all the way, Imagine Michael Jordan working at a Target, knowing he can ball, knowing he got that skill. But he's like, I need to make money now, I need to make money right now. And everyone's saying, no, you got something special. You need to go ball.
Go for that, yeah.
And he like, I just got promoted as a supervisor at Target. Yeah. Like, I need money right now. No, you got to be confident in what you are, who you are, what you're good at. And you got confidence. I know that sound. Oh, you confident enough to dance?
I wasn't before, but now I am.
Oh. He put the arms on y'all. Put the arms on y'all. Yeah, the quote of the day is, to overcome fear is the quickest way to gain your self-confidence. And that is by Roy T. Bennett. Well, Roy, I couldn't agree with you more. To overcome fear is the quickest way to gain confidence. And I think we really touched on that a lot.
Yeah. You gotta overcome that fear. Face it. Overcome it.
You'll get better.
You come out on the other end built. Your confidence built like a brick wall.
If you watched us this long, please like and subscribe. It don't cost you anything, but it helps us a lot. Leave a comment and tell us what it is that you lack confidence in, or that you want to build more confidence in? Or are you confident already? And how does that feel?
Yeah, or how important is confidence to you, in a relationship or just period in your everyday walks of life.
Please remember, you can pretend to be anybody or you can just be you. So be you, and we are now us. Yeah. Confidence.
Confidence.
Yes. Confidence.